This is video number 25 for the Book 2 series, and this is for violin students. For this video, we're going to be learning how to play another new note. This is F natural on the E string, okay? So I want you to open up to page number 21, and we're just going to review a couple of things first, okay? So remember, when we take a sharp note and lower it becomes natural. We take a natural note, lower it becomes flat, okay? So when we did second fingers, we had G sharp, G natural, C sharp, C natural, F sharp, F natural. But when we got to B, this was a B natural already, so it became B flat, okay? So let's think about your first fingers now. Now in the last video, you learned low one on the A, because that was a B natural, it became B flat. Now I bet you can already figure out, so this is gonna be in the next video, but we're gonna talk about it right now. This is E, this would be E flat. This is A, this would be A flat, okay? Now, think about this note now. First finger on the E string is F sharp, isn't it? First finger on the E string is F sharp. It's not plain old F. So when you make this lower, it becomes F natural, not F flat. You take a sharp note and lower it becomes natural. You take a natural note and lower it becomes flat, okay? So F sharp, F natural. So you know how second finger was the odd one out? When you do a low two, it becomes flat, and all these low twos are naturals. Well, now on the E string, first finger's the odd one out. When you take do a low one on all of these strings, it's a flat, A flat, E flat, B flat. F sharp becomes F natural, okay? Now, it shouldn't be harder to play than B flat on the A string, but it is, simply because it's the E string. Make sure you're really well in tune with the tuner, and make sure you're using your tuner for this assignment, okay? For this video, because it's gonna help you. Remember a couple of things about the E string: fast light bows, right? And don't do this. Make sure your elbow is swinging underneath and not doing this. You're not gonna be able to play in tune if you do that with your wrist, okay? So again, you're gonna move the finger back from the base of the finger. See that? From the base of the finger there. Don't do this to get your one low. Don't move that at all that way. So show it from this angle too. So one is here. I move it back from the base of my finger. You can see it from this angle too. See how that works? This does not happen, okay? Now, remember, you need to be slightly closer to the nut than you are to the tape. That's the other thing, because we want to stop the note halfway between the tape and the nut. Now, remember, on the E string, we're also like a millimeter or two higher than we would normally be. So there, okay? See what your tuner tells you. If it says you're too high, then move it back further. If it says you're too low, then move it up just a little bit, okay? Play 4 F naturals on the E string. Low 1. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now do F and G. Now notice I said G. So that's a low 2. Not going to feel like a low 2 because you've got a low 1. So they're spaced out, but it's not on the tape. F natural and G. F, F, G, G. Try that again. F, F, G, G. Now do F, G, A, A. And again, you're going to have to feel like that A is really stretching. Low 1, low 2, 3. Stretch it up there. Watch your tuner. So F, G, A, A. Now I'm going to show you where I put my A. See how it's slightly higher? It's not quite middle of the finger, middle of the tape. That's middle of the finger, middle of the tape. It's going to be too low. Slightly higher, but just slightly. Try that again. Make sure your wrist is not bent, your elbow's back. So F, G, A, A. Now do 2 A's and 2 F's. A, F, F, A, G, F. Do that. A, G, F, F. Now look at 95. Now, we can sit here and say that they chose not to use a key signature, or we can say that this is in C major and everything's natural. Well, they did the whole thing of really not choosing to use a key signature. Look at your very first note. It doesn't have any kind of special marking. It doesn't say it's a natural. It doesn't need to say it's a natural because there's no sharp sign in there, okay? So it's a low 1, even without any kind of special marking, because look at your key signature. There are no sharps there. That means that whenever you're in C major, you actually need to do a low 1 on the E string. We've been playing in C major for a while. We've avoided that note for this very reason. So you look in C major, anytime you're in C major, from now on, you gotta look and see if you gotta play a low 1 on the E, okay? Because if you play a 1 on the E in C major, it must be a low 1 because everything's natural in C major. Play 95, low 1 on the E, and don't shadow it, just play it. If you think you need to shadow it because you don't know your E string notes very well, then do that. 1, 2, 95, and go. Now stretch it up a little bit. Now really stretch the 3, stretch. 3, tay, 4, tay, off. Okay? Going to 96 and shadow bow. Shadow bow first. 1, 2, low 1, 96. F natural. Now G. Now stretch the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line. Stretch it out. Stretch the A. 1, tay, 2, tay, 3, tay, off. Now play that with me. And 1, 2, right, say 96. Stretch it out. Stretch the 3. Get those F naturals in tune. Stretch it out. Stretch the A. 1, tay, 2, tay, 3, tay, off. Okay? Now, we're going to skip 97 because we're going to do that in a different video. However, we do need to talk about our new key signature. Now, I already mentioned, if you're in C major, you got to do low 1 on the E. We're going to learn a new key signature. And the new key signature doesn't have any sharps in it. Okay, your new key signature has 1 flat. And of course, it's going to be B flat, because that's the only flat we know right now. So, this means, this key signature right here tells us that all Bs, all over the instrument, have to be flat. So if you're on the G string, you gotta do a low 2, because that's B flat on the G string. If you're on the A string, you gotta do a low 1, because that's B flat on the A string. But where else do you need low 1? You need low 1 on the E string also. Why is that? Because there are no sharps. You will not have a key signature that has both sharps and flats in the key signature. Now you might have a key signature that has a flat in it, and then there's an accidental sharp. That's a possibility, but you will not have both sharps and flats in a key signature ever. Not in the key signature. So we have to do low 1 on the A because of the B flat. We have to do low 1 on the E because of the F natural. Okay, so this right here doesn't just mean low 1 on the A. It means all B's are flat and everything else is natural. That means low 2 on the D because F's are natural. That means low 2 on the A because C's are natural. It means low 2 on the E because G's are natural. Okay, in addition to B flats, everything else is natural. All B's are flat, everything else is natural. Now let's go over to 98. We will do 97 in the next video. We're learning the F major scale in the next video. Let's do 98. And shadow bow, of course. If you just look at this, look at the people mess up on this a lot, but look, it's A, B flat, C, D, E, F. It's just going up a scale. That's all it's doing, okay? Okay, shadow bow from the beginning. And 1, 2, shadow bow, 98. Now B flat, low 1, low 1, low 2. Okay, so hopefully remember to do low 1 on the A, low 1 on the E, low 2 everywhere, low 2 on all the strings. Play the first 2 measures, A, B flat, C, D, E, F natural. Low 1 on the A and the E. Play that, echo me. B flat. And go. A, B flat, C, D, E, F natural, low 1, then C. Okay, now do the next two measures. Starting at B flat, measure 3 and 4. That part, make sure you're going to a low 2. Okay, do measure 3 and 4. Echo me this time. Low 2. And go. B flat, A, G, A, F natural, G, then C. Now the first two measures of the second line, just like the beginning of the first line. Skip to the last two measures of the song, echo me. This part's a little tricky, only because the notes skip around. It's D, B flat, G. That's what tricks people. Last two measures. 1, 2, 3, and go. D, B flat, G, C, F. Now, there's a good chance you need to pause it and practice before you try to play it with me. Okay, this one's pretty tricky. So make sure you're getting those low 1s, low 2s everywhere. All right? 98 from the beginning. 1, 2, beginning, and go. Okay, practice this page a lot. This one's hard to play in tune. Use your tuner as much as you possibly can.